Hello, and welcome back to the Manager's Journey right here with Kilmarnock. This is 1920 Gaming, and thank you once again for being here. It really does mean a lot to have your time and support, and today's episode is coming back off the back of a bit of an indifferent one. I'm not going to say what that means just yet, because if you haven't seen it, it might be worth going to check that out now. It is up on the channel, but for those of you who know what I'm talking about and did see the last one, then you will know that we didn't play all that well. We got knocked out of Europe, we've slipped up in the league, just giving Celtic a little glimmer of hope again, and we might not even be through yet in the Scottish Cup, so we've got to take a step back today, just reevaluate, see what happened, see what went wrong. It was probably the toughest episode in the journey so far. Probably both with Warsaw and Kilmarnock, if we're being honest. It's a really tough period that we're going through at the minute, and we just really need to reevaluate and try and get ourselves back on track as quickly as we possibly can. And that starts today with the episode covering games against Rangers of all teams when we're looking for some form. That's going to be really tough. We've also got the replay of the cup game against St Johnstone, so yeah, we're going to be playing them 3 times in 2 episodes. We've got an away game against Hamilton and a home game against Hibs that all wrap it all up. This is what the league looks like at the moment. Like I said, we have let Celtic back in. They're now just 4 points behind us, which is quite bad because that was 9 points just a couple of episodes ago. So yeah, we're sort of struggling for form at the moment. Can't really understand why. Things were going really well for us and they've just fell away. It could be something to do with the January transfer window that we had. I don't really know. But talking about Europe, these are the teams that are still in. Obviously, it was Ajax that knocked us out, so hypothetically, we would have been going away to Lazio, which would have been a hell of a game. But yeah, it won't be this season. There's still a lot of strong teams in that competition as well, so it would have been tough to think that we could go on and win it. And while we're there, we'll take a look at the Champions League as well. Some good games in there. Obviously the first legs have already been played, as you can see in all of the games by the looks of it. We've still got a lot of strong teams in there. Real Madrid, Juve, Inter, City, Liverpool, PSG. We're a long way away from those sort of teams if the Europa League was anything to go by. It still stings a bit that we did get knocked out without actually losing a game. We got 2 draws but went out on away goals, so yeah, that was a bit tough to take. While we're looking around Europe and stuff like that, we'll just check back in with England where we came from. Of course, there we got City at the top of the league by 4 points, but Liverpool do have that game in hand, and it looks like that'll be against Arsenal. The top probably 6, as you would expect, and then we go down. We got West Ham, Wolves, Everton, Newcastle, Leicester, Watford, Southampton, Brighton, Burnley, Bournemouth, Villa, Palace, Bristol and Leeds. Leeds and Bristol look pretty much doomed, but from there, Palace on 20 points, probably anyone from them to Burnley at the moment could still find themselves going down. So the Premier League looks quite tight. We'll just quickly browse through the Championship as well, because obviously that's where our former club Warsaw are residing at the moment. And it's not looking good for them. They're actually not bottom though. 2 points better off than Portsmouth at this point. But I would say by the looks of that, they're 16 points behind safety. So yeah, I think they're probably going to end up going back down to League One, unfortunately for them. But back to us now. And where I think it all went wrong was here. At the Ajax game, I wanted to test where the team was. I got ahead of myself, got seduced by Europe, if you like. I looked at the fixture list and thought, oh well, we've only got St Johnstone in the next game. Even with the players that we lost in January, I think we'll manage to beat them. So I thought, yeah, it's a good time for a test, see whereabouts we are in Europe, where we stack up. We went to the Johan Cruyff Arena. with the first team, the first 11. We struggled at first, but then we grew into the game, and by the end of it, we were really competitive. And then I thought, okay, we'll trust what I've got on the bench and the couple of reserves we brought in against St Johnstone. So I did that. We had a heavily rotated team. But to be fair, we played really, really well. We created a lot of chances. But that sucker punch near post header at the end ended up costing us the game and just giving Celtic that glimmer of hope. And then I tried to vindicate myself by again putting the first team out, thinking, well, okay, we've still got a gap over Celtic. It's not as big as I'd like, but we've still got one. So we'll go into the second leg at our new rugby park, and I reckon we'll beat them because of how well we play at home. And we did get off to an absolute flying start. They unfortunately, if I remember rightly, got a goal back just before the halfway point. And then our second half was disgusting. It was really, really terrible. And we ended up going out on away goals. So all my fault, really bad management. Like I said, we rotated the team all the way through the group phase and still managed to get through. But when we got to the knockouts, I thought, oh, maybe we can actually do this, and I got found wanting. So it's my bad. We rotated the team again, put out the same team that was put up against them in the league, and St Johnstone there in the cup game. We played worse, but thankfully we didn't get eliminated, and we've got another shot at the cup, and that will be, I think, in this episode today. And it is, you can just see it there after the Rangers game. So we've got a few days before we play Rangers, and then only a couple of days after where we play St Johnstone again. So it could end up being a case again for the third time now where we put out a rotated side against St Johnstone. And then for the last two league games of the episode, we'll be able to put out a first team, hopefully get maximum points. It's almost at the point now where we have to, because Celtic are actually breathing right down our neck at the minute. And as for this Rangers game that's coming up, just going off the form that we're in at the minute, they're in pretty good form themselves. I'm a bit nervous about it. It's not really a game that you want when you're coming in looking to try and rediscover form. I said last time we played them, was in a really confident frame of mind, really confident mood, that we could go out there and we'd surpass them in terms of our football, our style, the results, where we are in the league, the squad that we've got, and this, that and the other. But since then, things have changed. We had that window where we've lost players. We are now struggling for form ourselves. So things have changed. Rangers are the ones who are having a good spell at the moment, and we're having our worst of the season. So it could be a lot more a competitive game than it has been the last couple against them. So based off that, yeah, quite nervous at the moment, and we're just looking before we go into the game at potential players that we could bring in if the club is still where we want it to be at the end of the season. And of course the chairman's happy to give us money to spend on players and doesn't make us spend the budget elsewhere. And hopefully he doesn't make us get rid of any more players at the end of the season. That would be catastrophic probably. But we're a bit of a way away from that at the moment, so we're going to stop floating around on the list now and go and see what we can do against Rangers. So given the context of everything that has happened so far this season, this has become a bigger game than I would want it to be now. As you can see there, we've been almost invincible at home. We've only drawed one and won the rest of our games. And that was, in my defence, my thinking going into the Ajax game. But yeah, we've got to stop talking about that now. Well, we've got to put it behind and just focus on what's ahead. We're still in a very strong position in the league, having that 4 points. It means we can afford to slip. I'd obviously prefer not to, but we can. And we're still at the moment hanging in there in the Scottish Cup as well. So we could still have a successful season. Obviously we won the pre-season tournament, so we have lifted kind of a trophy this season. But of course we want some competitive ones. at least the cup. It'd probably be more realistic for the series if Celtic do manage to pip us to the league. But yeah, I'm not just going to throw that away on purpose. It's going to happen on merit if they do it. And yeah, I wouldn't mind lifting the Scottish Cup just to start our winning mentality off. Obviously we did that with Warsaw with the leasing trophies and stuff like that. So yeah, some similarities as in the build of the clubs at the moment. But this is going to be a really tough test today. And we're 10 minutes in now, and you can just feel the sense of the lack of confidence. We're not moving the ball as quickly as we normally do. Decisions are a bit more indecisive. We're looking for a perfect goal rather than just trying to have shots when we get in and around the box. We're just coming back out and playing it on the edge of the box in front of the defence as well. So it's not what we're used to, especially at home. Oh, I thought we were in for a second there, but unfortunately the whistle had already gone. Yeah, we're just not our normal selves at the minute. Still, it's carried over from the last episode. That feeling of flatness. Players don't feel as sharp or as responsive as they normally would. And it can only be to do with those results. If we're going to give a foul away there, no, because they've still got the ball. But they're playing quite well. They're moving the ball nice and quickly, but you do come to expect that from Rangers now. They were exactly the same last season, and we're in a really good situation here now. We could actually be in. We've got Hazard running towards the goal. Can he slip it across? He can't. He does go for the shot. Keeper saves it, and we get a bit lucky with the rebound, but we will take it. We really needed that just to lift the tension from around the place. It's gone mad now. It's Yearwood with a big goal. He doesn't get many. He's just in the right place at the right time there. For sure I thought Hazard would square it to him, but he doesn't. He goes for the shot himself. And Yearwood, it weren't the cleanest of connections. He's just got something on it. Thankfully the net was completely open, and we now find ourselves 1-0 up just under 20 minutes in. And yeah, hopefully that can lift the tension from the players and in the stadium at the moment. You can just hear the fans in the background now if I just shut up for a second. Yeah, there you go. They're a little bit noisier than they were 10 minutes ago now, and hopefully that will help. And yeah, we'll just see what happens from here. We could end up conceding straight away, and that would be disastrous if that happened. Especially with the confidence being so fragile at the minute, so we've got to see this out now. I thought we might have won it back there, but we didn't. Can Tonali just block that shooting route? He does really well, but we've still not got it away. Nice little turns there from, I think, no, it's McCrory that's got it now. It's punched out from the keeper there where he really could have caught it, and Rangers have just got us penned in for a moment here now. Barisic plays it out to the left. There's actually nobody there, and Ince comes away with it. That was really strange, that, but can we? No, we can't get it away now. And Rangers come again. That's moved forward really quickly and really nicely, but Tonali's got it. Yearwood's got it now. There's nothing really happening on the counter, so we decide to play it back, but Parrott could be. He's won the ball there first, but he's lost out, and Rangers bring it back out again. And we're now pretty much at the halfway point, and things have got really tense since the goal. Rangers have really pinned us in. We've really dropped deep and just tried to contain since we've got that goal. Again, that's probably to do with confidence. Celtic are winning against Hibs, as you could see there as well. So I think we might make a change here. I think Thomas for Seedorf, just for freshness reasons more than anything. Like I say, we're just struggling at the moment. Maybe the pace of Seedorf can run us up the pitch that little bit quicker when we turn the ball over, because at the moment, since we went 1-0 up, it's been all Rangers, even though we're at our place where we normally play really well. It has literally been all Rangers. I thought we might have got a lucky bounce there, but no. Yeah, we're really nervous since the goal's gone in, and at 1-0 it's not filling me with confidence the way that we're playing at the minute. So yeah, I'm just thought if we freshen it up and we've got that little bit more pace when we turn the ball over, that could help. That's a good choice of pass there from Ince, but Hazard wastes it when we were in a really good position there. In his defence, he's won it back though. Yearwood's just popped it forward. Ince has got a bit of room now, but turns straight into trouble, and Rangers again bring it away. It's just been a little bit scrappy at the moment from both teams. We've got a nice bit of room here though in the middle for a good ball from Yearwood. Parrott's first touch was brilliant, and we've actually gone and scored. We've just smashed one with Parrott. It's gone past the keeper into the back of the net. He needed that personally as well as we needed it for the team. That's him back on the score sheet now. Maybe that will give him just that bit more confidence as well. The whole team comes and congratulates him. It's a good ball from Yearwood, who's had a good game. It's a great first touch from Parrott. Just let the ball run alongside him. Took the defender out of the game, and that is us 2-0 up now. And that means that just maybe we can make some more changes now. We're going to bring our young Brazilian in at cam for Ince, just to give Ince that bit of freshness. I am starting Parrott's come off as well, by the way, to think now about the cup game that we've got coming up in a couple of days. If we can just hold on to this now, we've got Parrott, who should be fresh hopefully. He's had over half an hour off from this game. Ince as well. Thomas should be fresh from being subbed off at half time. So yeah, it gives us a few more options for St Johnstone. I know we've got punished for this obviously in the Ajax game, thinking a bit too far ahead, but at least we've got something to hold on to now at this point. And maybe, hopefully, that second goal can just change the game a little bit, and we can relax that little bit more now, as long as we don't concede here. Good hands from the keeper. Normally at the near post it's not a great thing, and normally if anything they'd just touch it out for the corner, but he's slowing the game down here as well, which is good. That's what we need to do now. That's a great little touch for Cameron from our young Brazilian, who's only just come on. Cameron's in here as well. Can he go all the way? He can't. He's hit it straight at the keeper. It's a good save, in fairness to the keeper. Hazard's little turn there was brilliant, but he did nothing with it afterwards. And yeah, I thought for sure that was game, set and match there, but unfortunately not. And we've got it here. Cameron with his back to goal plays it to Junior. Seydorf's turned back. He's got all the room in the world here. He's not going to miss from there, and that's him back on the score sheet as well. This is turning into more what we're used to, especially at home. The last 5 minutes or so we've absolutely destroyed Rangers. It is normally a case of being patient against them, as they just run and run and run, and by come towards the end of the game they've not got much left in the tank, and that's where you can really hurt them, and that's what's happening here at the moment. Seydorf thankfully justifying a choice I made earlier to bring him on at half time. Yeah, it's turning out to be a good day. We had a really good second half. Rangers, like I say, they're just running out of steam at the moment now. We should be able to hold this now and see it out for the 3 points. And we've brought that away nicely. Cameron's held that up well, and it's another great little touch from that young Brazilian Junior again. We could be in all the way here. He's going to get his first goal for the club. No, he's not. How on earth has he missed that from there? He's just cut straight across the ball. It's harder to do what he's just done and miss there than it is to put it in the back of the net. I really cannot believe he's just missed that. Everything else about his game again today has been really good. He's been impressive when we've played him in any game so far. He should have opened his account now. Can't believe he hasn't. We've got just 10 minutes left, and that would have been a nice icing on top of the cake for this game to get a 4-0 again against Rangers while we've been out of form. I'm feeling much better going into the games coming up now than I was before this one. Hazard's got Yearwood through here. Cameron's in again. He can't find the pass this time. With 5 minutes left now, I think the ref really just needs to put Rangers out the misery. They've turned it over without any pressure on them whatsoever there, but Seydorf just runs straight into the defender and gives it them back. And we could be in again here now. Cameron's put Junior in, and surely this time he opens his account. He has in injury time. It's 4-0 against Rangers. It's a great day for us. Just showing again that even when we're not in form, this is not a ground that you want to come to. and now his juniors account is open. The crowd have gone wild. Them feeling much better, probably the same as I am, than they were in the last episode, and it's back to business as usual now, hopefully. And yeah, I'm pleased for him that he's got his first goal. He deserves it. Like I said, he's been really impressive when he's played so far. Feels much better than what his overall is. Even if Celtic have won now, it doesn't matter. We've had a great day here today. Surely going into the other games now, the confidence is going to be flowing through the players. It is through myself. That first half was a struggle, I'm not going to admit, but in the second half we have absolutely blown them away, and that is exactly what I needed. And that's going to put us in a much better place now, guys, going into the next games. Like I said, the press already have caught on to the fact that our little junior has scored his first goal for the club as well. We've got the other news while we're in that tab. We'll have a look at it again. Parrott has been putting in quality performances. He has been, to be fair. It's just these goals have dried up a little bit, but he did get one against Rangers. So yeah, he's back on the score sheet now. That was the build up to the game. That's us marching on towards the title, according to the press. And again, his junior's first strike for the club. I'm thinking of keeping him around at the moment, I'm not going to lie, and if that is the case, I'll update his look instead of him having the generic boots and such. But yeah, he's really impressed me at the moment, so I am actually thinking of keeping him around. This game is going to be highlights, the St Johnstone one. Like I said, it's the third time we've played them in quick succession, so it makes no sense to be looking at that one again. I know it's a cup game, but after that performance, I'm feeling like it would be really disappointing if we didn't go and beat them now. So yeah, I'm fully expecting probably quite a big win here at the moment. So we're putting the team together for the game. We're just going to put the freshest players on the bench. I'm thinking of rotation coming in again because of us being out of Europe now as well. It'll just keep the players happier. And like I said, I went into the first game before this become a replay, the original fixture, feeling really flat and really down because of what had happened against Ajax. But I'm feeling the complete opposite now with what's just happened against Rangers. So hopefully that means that we'll have another good performance. We have got a couple of tired players, but we can make subs if we get into the right position to do so. And I'm fully expecting us to go out and win here, guys. And we get off to a great start with that penalty from Tonali, putting us 1-0 up. Again, just keeping that good feeling and positive vibes going. We've got another chance here, just under 20 minutes in, and we do kind of score. Yeah, it's saved off. It does go in. He gets credited with a goal, but it's hard to say whether that one should have been given as an own goal or not. In any event, it does put us 2-0 up. Parrott now getting an opportunity, absolutely catches hold of that one really nicely, and it is 3-0 now, guys. This is more like us. This is what I was expecting in the first game. But obviously feeling so down and flat after Europe, like I said, I just couldn't pick myself up for the first game. And that is a great flying save there from our keeper as well, who, if it wasn't for Butland coming in, would definitely be getting the #1 shirt next season. We've got Yearwood running onto this one now. Can he put it away? It's not the greatest of finishes, but it keeps his form going. He played really well against Rangers. Gets on the score sheet again today. And St Johnstone are really finding out what we're really about now, not what was happening in the first game. Cameron now gets a little breakaway, gets in behind the defence. He puts his chance away as well. And we have just absolutely demolished St Johnstone, just like I wanted us to, and it's a 5-0 win. And that's just what we needed. And following that, nothing happened in the build up to this game against Hamilton. So we've jumped right back in, and it is highlights again, and that is a great strike there from Parrott, but the keeper was equal to it. Reason it's highlighted, guys, is because I saw the Rangers game starting to bug out again, and that was the first game that was recorded, so I wasn't feeling confident that we weren't going to get a horrible glitchy mess going into these games. But as you can see there, we do fall behind at Hamilton. It's not a greatest of starts for us. You got Parrott there being slowed down, and he does get a yellow card, just as he should. We played really well against these guys, to be fair. Free kick here from Tonali. Have no idea, even though again I was hammering the stick to put spin on that instead of just trying to dip it in for a change. For some reason it didn't recognise it, so it ends up going straight at the keeper. Ince here with a great chance, but just drags it wide. We're creating opportunities, but at the moment, guys, they're just not going in the back of the net. And Hamilton are holding on by a thread. So we're 70 minutes in now, and we've got Seedorf with a chance that he just pulls miles wide. Yeah, he should be beating the ground now. That was an absolutely terrible shot. We get through here now with the left back, and yeah, he's took out as well, and we get a shock loss to Hamilton, guys. Again, another bad result. I don't know what's going on at the moment. We just cannot seem to find consistency. We're finding it in the performances, but not the results, because again, as you would expect us to, we played so well against Hamilton, but have nothing to show for it, including no goals. For some reason, we were the highest scoring team in the league. I don't know if that's still the case. But we're just struggling to put the ball in the back of the net on a consistent basis at the moment, and it's really hurting us. I can't explain it. You've seen the first two games. Played really well, got a 4-0 and a 5-0. Come up against Hamilton, played just as well. Can't stick the ball in the back of the net and end up losing 1-0. And that has let Celtic right back in against us again. So we're going into the Hibs game now with that horrible feeling again of feeling flat and just confused as to what's going on at the minute. Yeah, we need to pick ourselves up and get a win here. It is going to be highlights again, just because of the recording issue that happens again. And I know I say to you that I don't remember playing these because of it being such a big time between the games, but I remember this game. I remember it well. It was horrible, it was stressful, and I just thought to myself, I'm glad it's the end of the episode, because I don't want to have to sit through this again. And yeah, it's nice that it's provoking those emotions and making me feel that way and that passionate about it. As you can see, Hibs did have a good chance there, but guys, even though for some reason the highlights are short, you do see Parrott here with a chance. He bangs it in the 91st or 2nd minute, I believe that was, and I did go absolutely nuts at the time. Just relief more than anything. But that is going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you again soon. Bye bye.